When I opened my eyes again, we were back on the day of the marriage alliance negotiation. In my past life, my father arranged for me to marry the Dissolute, the Peacock Heir, while his mistress's daughter was sent to the Phoenix clan as its crown princess. But she never once conceived. Meanwhile, I gave birth to a Phoenix Blood Heir. I want to marry into the Peacock clan. I knew she was reborn too. In my past life, was beyond imagination. On this very day in my past life, when she entered the Phoenix clan in a royal bridal gown amid a lavish wedding procession, I rode off to the Peacock clan in a cold, lonely carriage. In everyone's eyes, our fates were meant to mirror the spectacle of our weddings. She, blossoming in splendor, I, obscure and forgotten. But who would have guessed that 10 years into the marriage, Selina would remain barren? Phoenix clan's crown prince berated Selina. The entire Phoenix clan blamed her for ending the Phoenix bloodline, until even the maidservants dared to reproach her over it. Even though the entire Golden Pheasant clan knew Selina could not possibly be barren, the Golden Pheasant clan's fertility was innate. One could say that as long as a golden pheasant lived, they could bear children. But they didn't dare to reproach the lofty, exalted phoenixes. What made Selina even more bitter was that I, the Peacock clan's heir's mate, gave birth to a Phoenix Blood Heir. Only then did the Phoenix King reveal the truth. Rowan Hart, the Peacock Heir, had a mother who was the Phoenix King's own sister. Years ago, this Phoenix princess had abandoned her clan for love, then died from postpartum hemorrhage giving birth to Rowan. In other words, Rowan, and Rowan's child, likewise carried the Phoenix clan's bloodline. Selina came to visit me. When she saw the tiny Phoenix Blood Heir, she drew the dagger she carried and ran it through my chest. And she, for assassinating the Peacock clan's heir's mate, was hacked to death by the guards. I never expected that the moment I opened my eyes, we would once again be back at the turning point of fate. This time, she couldn't wait to snatch up that Peacock Heir, Rowan, who carried the Phoenix bloodline. Well, how convenient. Now I'd become the Phoenix clan's crown princess without lifting a finger. From now on, noble, wealthy, and pampered would be my new names. 3 months later came the day of the royal wedding. Father arranged for Selina and me to wed on the same day. I rode the sky carriage and floated all the way to the Phoenix clan's Sky Spire Palace. Outside, all was lively and bustling. I sat in the bridal chamber with my hands clasped together, my palms beginning to sweat. In my past life, I had waited and waited in the bridal chamber. Around midnight, a maidservant slipped in.
My lady, young lord sent me. Lover tonight. He says you're to stay in the chamber until he comes. He'll be along when he's finished.
Finished? So Rowan knew I was waiting. He simply wanted me to keep waiting and to know that he knew. In the west courtyard, the lamps were still burning.
Your bride's still waiting, you know. Won't she cry?
Let her wait. She waited her whole life for anyone to want her. One more night won't kill her.
Cruel.
Honest. Stay. I'll see you home myself when the sun's up. The bride isn't going anywhere.
It was nearly dawn when Rowan returned. The first thing out of his mouth was a call over his shoulder.
Wait for me by the gate.
And a woman's laugh answered from the corridor.
So they really sent the golden feathon girl. Elise bet me you'd be plain. I told her my luck's never that good.
Not bad looking, I suppose.
Don't wait up. I told Elise I'd take her home.
I heard the two of them laughing together all the way down the corridor. I sat in my bridal gown until full daylight. I remembered it to this day. In this life, I wondered whether the Phoenix Prince would also. Just as I was thinking this, a pair of black boots appeared before me. I lifted my eyes.
Hot. Or are you just nervous about our first night? Then why are you sweating so much? Look, even this fine phoenix crown is damp. It was very expensive.
I quickly bowed my head.
Forgive me, Your Highness.
I was teasing you.
I stiffened. I never expected that the Phoenix Prince, whose name rang throughout the beast world, would be so lively.
Look how scared you are. You're a clan leader's daughter. How can you be so timid?
Ember was the Phoenix King's only child. Naturally, he had no way of knowing how someone like me, someone with many half-siblings, had to live so carefully within the clan. Ember had already sat down beside me. A wave of cold air swept over me. I turned my head in surprise. Phoenixes are of the fire element, and Ember carried an intense fiery aura, yet his eyes held a chill that did not belong to him.
Your Highness, is there a mountain or river within the clan that gives off a binting cold?
Among the Beast World's clans, nothing was more taboo than having one's territory coveted by another.
Do not be alarmed. Your humble wife has some small knowledge of the healing arts, and I detected a trace of cold within your Highness's body. That is all that prompted this guess.
The sun feather pendant rested in my palm, quivering faintly.
I don't know where you picked up this cold, but next time you go, you might take this with you. Worn on the body, it can ward off cold.
In truth, I could have pretended not to know, waited until the cold penetrated Ember's body, then stepped in to save him, earning the title of his savior. But Mother had once told me,
a healer's heart is benevolent. To heal and save lives is a healer's duty, and one must never let grudges or grievances enter into it.
Thinking of my mother, who died too soon, and then of the mistress Father brought home the very day after Mother passed. My nose stung, and I nearly wept. After a long moment, someone stroked my eyelids, wiping away the tear that had begun to fall. The pendant was taken from my hand.
Are all the women of Duin sensitive?
Next day, Ember confided in me.
It's not that I didn't trust you, it's just that my Phoenix clan is of the fire element, yet I caught this cold after a single trip to Frostbane Mountain. The whole thing is deeply strange. I'm going to Frostbane Mountain today to investigate. I'll definitely be back before our second mating night.
So, a blush rose to my face. Ember had been so candid, I ought to show something in return. I slipped out to gather warming herbs and personally made him a pot of medicinal stew. I waited from the break of dawn and finally until the moon rose to the treetops. Ember still hadn't returned. I grew anxious. He had clearly said he'd be back before the second mating night.
Go and see whether His Highness has returned. He hasn't.
I was furious. In the Golden Pheasant clan, Father didn't favor me, and the servants followed his lead, fawning on the powerful and trampling the weak. But here in the Phoenix clan, I was the crown princess. Even Ember treated me with respect. How dare this maidservant be so perfunctory? Seeing my displeasure, she looked terribly wrong.
Crown Princess, this servant means no disrespect. It's only that His Highness said he would return before the second mating night.
Mating night struck against my eardrums, and my face flushed scarlet.
This princess knows His Highness said he'd return in time, but it's nearly midnight, and he still isn't back. Crown Princess, do you mean that you wish to have your second mating night tonight?
The face that had just cooled flushed hot again. What was wrong with this maidservant? How did every conversation veer toward the mating night? Did I really look that impatient?
The second mating night was originally set for the 6th of next month. If the Crown Princess truly wishes it, this servant could slip out and look for His Highness.
But I couldn't take in a word. My mind held only one date, the 6th of next month. Today was only the 7th. Wouldn't that mean waiting an entire month? I had a faint feeling I'd discovered something extraordinary.
The mating night, is it set in advance? Is it like this for all the Phoenix clan or only for His Highness? His Highness never takes special privileges. This is a rule the whole Phoenix clan must follow. Our Phoenix clan struggles to produce heirs, so on every mating night, both man and woman must give their all. Afterward, one must rest and conserve their essence for a month, recovering fully before the next.
The maidservant prattled on at length, explaining the Phoenix clan's bizarre mating night rules with a perfectly solemn expression. In my heart, I felt both sympathy and the urge to laugh. This theory couldn't be called wrong, only far too rigid. From a medical standpoint, conserving one's essence before each mating night was beneficial. But the trouble was, the frequency was far too low.
Prepare ink and parchment. I will submit a royal petition.
I confirmed it 3 times.
In the Phoenix clan, matters concerning the mating night may be openly discussed and formally submitted to the court, correct?
The maidservant nodded eagerly. Anything that ensured the continuation of the royal bloodline was treated as state business. My ears burned as I took up the quill and began drafting a proposal on the prosperity of the Phoenix bloodline. Carefully, I outlined the flaws in the current mating regulations from a medical and physiological standpoint and recommended increasing sanctioned unions. When I finished, I handed the petition to the maidservant to deliver to the palace council at dawn. She agreed without hesitation and left before sunrise. She went alone, but came back in a whole procession. At the head of that procession was none other than Selina, who had married the Peacock Heir. The Selina of now was far more resplendent than I'd ever been, dressed in emerald feathers and glazed jewels, her hair crowned with pearls and gems. I glanced at the maidservant, asking with my eyes what was going on.
Diana, don't blame her. It was I who insisted on coming to Sky Spike Palace to visit you. How is it you've come to the Phoenix clan? You don't know yet? My husband Rowan turns out to carry the Phoenix clan's bloodline, so today he's come to acknowledge his kin. He insisted on bringing me along. He can't feel at ease unless I'm with him. By the way, Ember treats you well enough, doesn't he? I heard he went out the very day after the royal wedding.
You're saying Rowan now knows his mother was of the Phoenix clan? Diana, do you think you're so impressive for marrying a Phoenix clan crown prince? My husband carries the Phoenix clan bloodline too. From now on, whoever can give birth to a Phoenix Blood Heir is the true winner.
My mind buzzed and I nearly fainted. This Selina, truly stupid beyond measure. Rowan was not a magnanimous man. In my past life, after I gave birth to a Phoenix Blood Heir and he learned his mother's true identity, he laid her death at the Phoenix King's feet, believing that if the king hadn't obstructed his parents' love, she wouldn't have died. He conceived the intent to murder the Phoenix King and Ember. Fortunately, I discovered it in time. Cradling my newborn, I told him that in the entire beast world, only his child carried the old Phoenix King's bloodline. As long as he did nothing, he would be the winner. Whether the throne passed to Ember or to him, it would all come to our child. He'd heeded my counsel and set aside his murderous intent. Now Selina had revealed this earth-shaking secret to Rowan before she'd even born a child. Who could say whether he might not, as in the last life, hatch some wicked scheme? Before I could think it through, a guard came rushing over.
Crown Princess, something terrible has happened. His Highness the Crown Prince is in trouble.
Started and, heedless of Selina's presence, ordered him to explain. Ember had gone to investigate Frostfang Mountain and discovered the cold was emanating from a cavern. He'd resolved to investigate further, but he never expected the cavern was a cave of ice. A phoenix of the fire element trapped inside was utterly without recourse. The Ember of my past life had never been trapped in an ice cave.
It was you.
Diana, I didn't want it to come to this either. But who told Ember to occupy the Crown Prince's seat? Anyway, he can't sign children. Why not hand that seat to Rowan? Then I could soon give birth to a Phoenix Blood Heir. You'd better pray Ember is all right. If anything happens to him, forget the Crown Prince's seat. The Peacock clan itself will be wiped out by His Majesty.
Sometimes I truly marveled at how alike Selina and her mother were, both afflicted with the same grasping greed. Her mother had married into the Wild Pheasant clan's leader for love, then despised its cold, harsh conditions, and ran back to become father's mistress. Selina was no different. In her past life, she'd become Crown Princess, yet resented having no child. In this life, she'd married the fertile Rowan, yet despised him for carrying the Phoenix bloodline without the rank of Crown Prince. With such an insatiable nature, even if she lived her life over a dozen times, she would never get what she wanted.
Guards, bind the Peacock clan's heir's mate.
Ember looked me over with concern, and when he saw the bandages wrapped around my arm, his brows knit together.
I came to save you.
That cave you came through, it only lets people in, never out. It's witchedly strange. I searched for an exit for days and never found one.
While investigating the source of the cold on Frostfang Mountain, Ember had followed it to this cavern, but once inside, he could find no way out no matter what. He had used all his strength to breathe out a mouthful of phoenix fire and send out the sun feather pendant he carried, hoping his clansmen could find some way to resist the ice cave.
I never expected they wouldn't find a way. Instead, they sent in a reckless girl who doesn't fear for her life.
How did your investigation go?
It's strange, really. The day I first felt the cold was the very day Father intended to go to the Golden Feznok clan to propose the marriage. I'd originally wanted to deal with the cold before the royal wedding,
But the Peacock clan wanted to wed as soon as possible, and my father wanted both his daughters to marry on the same day, so they pressed the Phoenix clan to hold the wedding quickly. Counting back, the time the cold appeared was almost exactly when Selina and I were reborn. Could it be that Selina had begun laying her schemes that long ago? I had Ember take me to look around the ice cave. He wrapped me in his arms and walked me along, one careful step at a time. Our breath turned to mist that drifted before our eyes. The breathing in my ear grew heavier and heavier, the arm around me tighter and tighter.
Ember, you're holding me too tight.
what day of the month is it today?
We're here.
It's already the 6th? Will it be cold here?
We've arrived at the place.
I pointed to a block of ice 3 feet high near us. Frozen inside it was a sacred herb.
Use your phoenix fire to burn that ice. Only that one block, mind you. You can do that, can't you?
Ember gave me a, "Who do you take me for?" look, gathered his energy in his core, exhaled a long breath, and breathed out fire. Soon the ice began to melt and drip. The dripping water had already extinguished the fire he was breathing out. At last I understood why Ember had been trapped for so long. Ember wanted to breathe fire again, but I stopped him.
Don't. I'll go retrieve that sacred herb.
The sacred herb had 5 leaves, the veins on them distinct, the color bright and vivid. Its shape resembled the sun feather pendant somewhat.
What is this? No scent at all.
This is the Wild Pheasant clan's sacred relic, the Frost Bloom, which could sustain cold unbroken for 10,000 years. The cold of the entire cavern was upheld by this single herb.
The Wild Peasant Clan? Never heard of it.
The Wild Pheasant clan is a splinter branch of the Golden Pheasant clan. Decades ago, they used cold to persecute their own canmen, were exiled from the Golden Pheasant clan. My grandfather, the Golden Pheasant Liliter at the time, used art to seal away the Wild Pheasant clans to reproduce, to end the threat once and for all.
I just couldn't understand why, after all these years, a sacred relic of the Wild Pheasant clan could still be found. But now was not the time to dwell on it. We needed to get out of the ice cave quickly.
Burn it.
What?
Use Phoenix fire to burn it.
Almost at once, the ice blocks all around began to melt, and the grass and trees revived. In just 1 hour, the ice cave was restored to a tranquil place blanketed in lush green grass. Even the cold over Frostfang Mountain vanished entirely. The crisis on Frostfang Mountain was resolved, and Ember had been found. It was time to head back. But Ember, I don't know what came over him, suddenly grew terribly weary, leaning on me, unable to take another step. I supported him as he sat down, touched his forehead.
Are you unwell?
It's probably from absorbing too much cold these past few days, and then breathing out so much fire just now. My strength has just given up. I've become a burden to you, Diana.
For your highness to speak so makes us feel like strangers. I'm your highness's wife, and naturally I will share wear and woe with you.
Since you're my wife, shouldn't you change your address and call me husband?
The weight on my shoulder grew heavier and heavier until I could scarcely bear it. With all his strength bearing down, my mind had no time to think.
I'll call you husband.
Ember was simply too heavy. I was nearly toppling to the ground. I strained to hold him up, but the harder I tried, the lower my body sank, until at last I was all but lying on the ground.
Diana, why have you lain down? I understand now. When you were in the cave earlier going on about the mating night, you must be upset with me for my poor showing on our wedding night. Sigh. As the Phoenix clan's crown prince, how could I let anyone misunderstand? I'll take the loss and make it up to you this once.
Highness, stop biting me. Husband, is that enough? This is the open wilderness. Don't you?
How it all ended, how I got my clothes back on, how I came out of the cave, I remember none of it. I only remember that the leaf above my head swayed terribly. When I opened my eyes again, I was already in the carriage on the way back. Out of concern for my exhausted body, Ember had specially had them take a detour along a smooth, flat road, and ordered them to slow the pace and take in the scenery along the way. By the time we returned to the Phoenix Palace, a whole month had passed. The maidservant told me that throughout that month, Rowan had been staying at the Phoenix Palace. The Phoenix King had been polite but distant toward him.
But the Peacock Heir seems very attentive towards His Majesty. He even said something about how, in the future, he'd give birth to a Phoenix Blood Heir for His Majesty to raise. Though His Majesty didn't take it seriously.
I gave a faint smile and sipped my hot tea in small mouthfuls. Selina had been forced to make the trip to Frostfang Mountain and had suffered a great deal. She'd grown noticeably thinner, yet Rowan didn't pity her much. Instead, he seemed somewhat anxious. It was said the two of them labored day and night without rest, desperate only to conceive a child quickly. The next time I saw Selina, it was at the Phoenix Palace. She was even more haggard than before her trip to Frostfang Mountain. Her gaze roamed back and forth over my gold-flecked gown.
A barren good-for-nothing. What use is it to be draped in gold and silver? Clothes and jewelry are vulgar trifles. Pity you don't even have the vulgar trifles. Don't be too pleased with yourself for too long. When you can't produce an heir, when the whole clan blames and reproaches you, then you'll know what it means to wish for death and be denied it. Whether or not I produce an heir, I will be the future Phoenix Queen. Even if the future Phoenix Blood Heir doesn't crawl out of my belly, it will be counted as my adopted child.
In my past life, Selina had been far too impatient. In truth, she'd only needed to wait a little longer, but unfortunately, she was greedy and foolish. She ruined herself and ruined me along with her.
His Majesty arrives!
The Phoenix King entered the hall, together with Ember and Rowan. The Phoenix King swept his robe aside and sat in the seat of honor.
Rowan says he has good news to announce. What exactly is it?
Uncle, last night I dreamed of my mother. She said that our Phoenix clan's heirs are scarce, and that the first heir will appear in Selina's belly. My aunt herself is no longer of the Phoenix clan. Why should she trouble herself over the Phoenix clan's affairs? Cousin, you missed speech. Both you and I carry the Phoenix clan bloodline. Even if my mother strayed from her path for a while, blood ties are blood ties. They cannot be faked.
Let the therapist in.
The therapist conducted an examination. Selina gave me an arrogant smile, then mouthed something at me. The one carrying a Phoenix Blood Heir can only be me.
Well, is she with child?
In response to the Peacock Heir, her condition is stable. She is in good health, but her mind is burdened by excessive stress. If conception is desired, she will require a period of rest and recovery.
What is the meaning of this, healer?
However furious Rowan was, everyone in the hall had understood. Selina was not pregnant. Phoenix King's face darkened.
It must be that the healer's skills are mediocre.
In fact, it wasn't only Rowan who thought so. I thought so too. In this life, Selina and Rowan were inseparable, day and night. There was no reason she shouldn't conceive, unless...
Perhaps
We should also perform a magical diagnostic on the Crown Princess.
I knew he was doing this to prove there was nothing wrong with his healing arts.
Congratulations, Your Majesty. Congratulations, Your Highness. The Crown Princess carries a twin life signature. This is extremely rare, likely twin Phoenix-born heirs.
A Phoenix Blood Heir was already hard to conceive, let alone twins.
Is it true?
Then Ember declared
It
shamelessly,
must have been conceived that day in the ice cave.
"If word got out, I'd be utterly humiliated."